Baby, I wanna touch you. I wanna breathe into your well. See, I gotta hunt you. I gotta bring you to my hell. Baby, I wanna fuck you. I wanna feel you in my bones.
All right, what's up? It's late. It's a year late. But this is where we're at. But we're gonna do a build series. It didn't exactly work like that, because by the time we actually thought about making a video, we had already fixed it and went, we should have done that. So we're gonna do a quick run around. To start off with, we pretty much have the junkyard motor, which we'll throw in a few photos. This thing was left with rust in it. We were dedicated. We were gonna build it in 3 months, and then adulting hit, and here we are. So anyway, we've got a Holly harness for a Terminator X system. We built our own relay system here, which we should have gone with smaller plugs, but it was kind of we're still working on it, all right? Still working on some of the original bulkhead harness. We have our transmission cooler right here, which the lines are ran. We just don't have the thermostat and everything hooked up yet. We did some color matching on the motor to make it a little nicer. And then we've got some titanium heat wrap for the exhaust because it was outrageously hot. Moving forward, we have our Durelli cooling system all the way through. We upgraded to an SD7 compressor because apparently they're good up to 9,000 RPM. So we're gonna give that a go. We do not know if it's gonna stay cool. We honestly don't. We haven't run it long enough. We've got to run it to dyno soon just to tune it out. My wife and then my son in the back. Yeah, they've helped this whole journey. She's done a lot of work too. All right. So what it looks like now. We've gone through, we've got ported and polished heads, new valve train from Texas Speed. We re-ringed the bottom. I'm trying to think what else. We've done a few other things, Corvette stuff, new pump or new oil pump from milling. We've got one of the Holly accessory drives to move the AC up higher. Some of their kit for the Corvette power steering. The AC is kind of the same up till, actually the only thing different with the AC is the pump itself. That's the only thing different. Everything else is stock Blazer except the lines. But that's the motor part of it. Now we'll move to the inside. All right, so these are the gauges, starting off with our basic 91 S10 interior. Look at the camera in here. Pretty nice. They light up pretty nice. Dimmable. So everything runs off the switches right now. Some of it's integrated underneath, but the main functions run off these two in case I've got to quickly shut it off. Everything else for the Blazer runs off the key. We have the computer over here in the glove box. We have our AC controller here, and we've got a fan controller here we're still trying to work out. And then, you know, got all of our lines for the AC. And then we have the B&M shifter. Mercedes seats, which these things are amazing. We had to notch the seat down quite a ways, so we had to cut it across and then kind of ignore the welds. We were fighting wind underneath the vehicle. It's a learning curve, all right? It's gonna hold. All right, moving to the back. It is hot as hell. So we're stripping everything out to put sound deadener in. We've got to vacuum it out from underneath the carpet, and then we got to get rid of, you know, whatever the hell's going on right here. Some places the paint's literally bubbling up. Some places it's just rusted. But back here we have a window template because windows are hard to find, and our junkyards around here are a little useless, and I don't want to invest in a tool just to take one window. So we are going to put riv nuts along here and just have a metal window there. Now the floor, we've got some rust remover. We're gonna sand it down a little bit, put some paint. We may put some paint, we haven't really decided. The way it's sitting right now, we're probably just gonna sand it a little bit, hit it with the rust inhibitor, because probably in about a year to 2 years, we're completely cutting the floor out and tube chassis front to back. So it's gonna be extra work. We also moved the battery back here. The goal is to have 2 of them set back here. And yeah, that's pretty much where everything's gonna go. Stinger plugs for the battery, pretty nice. They work for what I wanted it for. Moving underneath. Gotta show the beauty of this thing. Here we have a stage 3 Performa-built 4L60E. Bulletproof to 900 foot-pounds of torque. I don't remember what the rating was for horsepower, but coming off the motor, we've got the titanium wrap. We're gonna send it the rest of the way back for the exhaust, but this is the path the exhaust takes. It comes back here, and then we hit the X pipe coming up. We haven't finished the tubes going out, but that's where we are right now. Transmission lines, we need to route a little bit to get them out of a danger zone of the exhaust right here. We kind of partially put them in. But yeah, that's underneath. We're running a stock Corvette filter because it's cheaper than buying a regulator. Just runs straight back into the tank with A&N fittings. And then we have just a stock in-tank fuel pump from a Corvette, I believe. So yeah, that's the Blazer. It's hot, I'm sweaty, I'm dirty, a little out of shape. This is it. We're getting there. Currently, we're gonna wrap a few things up. We gotta run it to Oklahoma City soon. And then we are running it on the dyno tune because we're having issues with the Holly tuner and things are just all over the place. And honestly, I've messed with tuning a little bit, but not that much. So I'll build it, take it to them, and then we'll play with it later. But that'll be a follow-up video. I'll show you how it's running now so you can see a before and after. This is where we're at. It dies a little bit, but I have it in gear right now. You able to come here real quick? I looped the cable over the transmission. That's where my original shifter was, over that way. I didn't think about the exhaust sitting right over here. And this was the result of it. Completely toasted the cable. That being said, now I've gotta reach through and shift it. But that was just me reaching through and shifting it. But yeah, that's the Blazer. We'll keep you updated a little bit more. Follow Instagram, Facebook. You'll see our updates coming up, the dyno tune. We'll get some real numbers going. But for now, this is where we are. Some Ace Ventura shit. And we'll see you next time. Fuckers, man.